Once upon a time, right by the edge of the vast, restless sea, lived a kind old fisherman and his wife. Their home was a humble little cottage, and their days were simple. Every morning, the fisherman would head to the shore, cast his net, and hope for a catch big enough to fill their bellies. For years, this was his routine. But one day, something extraordinary happened. He cast his net, and as he began to pull it in, he felt a tremendous weight. His heart pounded with excitement. Was it a massive haul of fish? He pulled and pulled, straining with all his might. But when he finally dragged the net onto the sand, he found it was empty, except for one single breathtaking fish. Its scales were pure gold, shimmering and glittering in the sunlight like 1,000 tiny suns. Just as the fisherman reached for it, a clear, calm voice spoke from the net. "Old man," the fish said, "please let me go. I am no ordinary fish. If you throw me back into the sea, I will grant you any wish you desire." The fisherman was completely stunned. A talking, golden fish. But he was a simple man with a good heart. He smiled and said, "I don't need any wishes, my little golden friend. Your freedom is enough of a gift for me. Go on. Be free." He carefully untangled the fish and tossed it back into the gentle waves. With a grateful flick of its golden tail, the fish disappeared into the blue depths. When the fisherman got home, he excitedly told his wife about the miracle he'd witnessed. But instead of sharing his joy, she became furious. "You fool!" she shrieked. "You had a wish, and you gave it away for nothing. Look at this hovel we live in. Our washtub is cracked and useless. Go back to that sea this instant and ask for a new one." The old man sighed, his heart heavy, but he didn't want to argue. He walked back to the shore. The sea was no longer calm. It was a little choppy, as if unsettled. He called out for the fish, and just like that it appeared, its fins cutting through the small waves. He told the fish his wife's wish, and it replied, "Go home, old man. Your wish is granted." And sure enough, when he returned, his wife was happily washing clothes in a brand new, sturdy washtub. But her happiness was short-lived. A week later, her desire had grown. "A tub is nothing," she declared. "I'm tired of this tiny cottage. Go back and tell that fish I want a beautiful new stone house." The fisherman, feeling a sense of dread, went back to the sea. This time, the water was dark and rough, the waves crashing angrily against the shore. Again, he called out. Again, the fish appeared and granted the wish. He returned to find a magnificent stone house where their old cottage once stood. Still, his wife was not content. Her greed grew with every wish granted. Soon she demanded to be made a nobleman's wife, living in a grand estate with servants. The fisherman went back, the sea now a churning gray storm. The wish was granted. Then she wanted to be a queen, ruling over a kingdom. He went back, the sea even more violent. The wish was granted. Then she demanded to be an empress, ruling the entire world. Each time the fisherman returned to the shore, he felt more miserable and exhausted. And with each outrageous demand, the sea grew more violent, the sky darker, a perfect mirror of his wife's escalating greed. Finally, she sent him back one last time with a monstrous, unbelievable demand. "I am the empress of the world," she proclaimed, "but I am tired of obeying the sun and the moon. Go and tell that fish I want to be the ruler of the sea itself, and the golden fish will be my servant, to do my bidding." The old man stumbled to the shore, his legs trembling. He had never seen such a terrifying sight. The ocean was a black, swirling tempest, and the waves crashed down with the sound of thunder. He yelled his wife's demand over the howling wind, his voice barely a whisper against the storm's fury. And then, everything went silent. The waves paused. The wind stopped. From the deepest, darkest part of the ocean, the golden fish rose. Its scales, once so bright, were now dull and lifeless under the angry sky. It looked at the old man, and in a voice that was both sad and powerful, it spoke one final line. "Go home, old man." The fisherman turned and walked back, bracing himself for whatever new, terrifying reality awaited him. But as he walked, the storm clouds vanished, and the sun began to shine gently. When he reached the place where his home should be, the palace, the estate, the stone house, all of it was gone. Standing there, in the warm sunlight, was their old, poor cottage. And sitting by the door, staring into space, was his wife. In front of her was their old, cracked washtub. They had gone on the grandest adventure of wishes, reaching for the stars, only to fall right back to where they began. The fisherman had learned that true contentment is a treasure no wish can ever buy. And his wife learned the hardest lesson of all, that when you become consumed by greed and ask for too much, you risk losing everything you ever had. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.